campers, what's up? Welcome to day 6 of Camp NaNoWriMo July 2020. I am having a picnic on my floor. I would love to have a picnic outside, but it's Scotland in July, which means that it's kind of cold and windy and cloudy and gloomy outside, so the floor will do for now. Let's chat again about word count goals and why I think they are a very questionable way to track your writing. So I have been crushing my Camp NaNoWriMo word count goals so far, but is that a good thing? So am I doing great by Camp NaNoWriMo standards? Yes. Am I treating this story the way I should be treating this story? Nope. The quality of my writing is lower than usual. I am cutting corners sometimes just because I want to get this daily goal done, and I'm either skipping certain things or it's almost like I am throwing kids in the sea before they can swim. It's like I'm putting these words in this document before I am sure that's the word I want to use and this is exactly what I want to say or the way I want to say it. So you might say that this could be partially because I didn't prep much or almost at all. And I'm using puzzle writing, which means I'm just grabbing a scene from somewhere in the story that I am inspired for. But in this case, I already said that I don't recommend puzzle writing in most situations, but in this case, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is focusing on this word count goal rather than focusing on what I need to do in order for the story to work. And I have had this problem with a previous manuscript as well, even though it was in like a much later stage. Sometimes you just have something hit you, a certain problem pop up, and you need to pause and think for a very long time in order to solve it. Even if you have a full outline, even if you're a lot further along, even if you're near the end, sometimes there's just something that you didn't think of and didn't figure out earlier, you didn't realize it was a problem, and you just have to pause. And right now, because I'm trying to get this word count goal and I'm trying to write every day and I'm trying to keep up this consistency, I'm not pausing when I should be pausing. And that's really not helping. The bottom line is this baby, this story, it's not getting its vitamins. It's not getting its 5 a day. It has been surviving on crisps and energy drinks, metaphorically speaking. I myself have not been drinking energy drinks yet. Thank God, it's not that bad yet. But it's just not, I'm just not doing this in the healthiest way possible for the story. And I have been getting away with it so far because of 2 reasons. The first reason is that I already had a chapter 1 written a long time ago, and that was written and rewritten and rewritten, so it's been worked on and it's decent. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is a chapter which, if you took it now and you put it in a book, that would be okay. Like, I might want to change it later, but it's perfectly readable. It's a normal book chapter. There's nothing missing from it. There's no language that needs to be fixed or anything like that. And that's very important to me because I cannot work without a good to decent or decent to good first chapter. If I can't get hooked as a reader on my story in chapter 1, then I can't get hooked as a writer to keep writing. So I had that already, which meant that, you know, I've already spent the time to fix that first chapter. I've worked on it, I've done that, and then with the next chapters I could be a bit more, you know, they could be slightly shakier, and I could fix them later. And the second reason is that there hasn't been a whole lot else written in this project, which means that when I'm writing these random scenes, and even if I'm skipping certain things or I don't know certain things or some phrases aren't the right phrases, because it's so early stages, this almost works like brainstorming. I'm getting ideas and I'm not contradicting any already existing plot points or characterization or anything like that. I'm just kind of running with it. But, so it has been useful so far, but if I keep going like this for much longer, I am risking falling out of love with my story later on, and that's just not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. You know this saying, don't leave today's work for tomorrow? That's what I'm going by. I've already mentioned in some other videos that, or at least one of them, that very, very long one about word counts and productivity, that I'm really good at revising and I really love revising, and that's partially because normally I revise something that is fairly good and I'm trying to improve it. I'm not trying to fix a huge mess. So yeah, I don't want to risk this story becoming a bit of a mess and me ending up with 20,000 words at the end of camp that are just this huge pile of things that need to be fixed. It should be about improving more and not so much fixing in the revision stage. So guess what? No more word count goes. No more word count goes. Instead, say hello to task goals, and they are not going to be daily. I'm basically just going to choose an issue or a problem with the story. It could be a scene, it could be characterization, it could be editing things that I've already written that I don't think are good enough, and we're going to work that problem until we solve it. And there's no word count limit and there's no time limit. Now let's be honest, I will probably still manage to get my daily word count goal just because it's not that high, and also because unfortunately, even though I am the very opposite of OCD, I know it's not really OCD, I'm kind of, you know what I mean, in anything else, when I start a streak in something, I get really annoyed when I can't keep it up. So, I'm probably still going to, despite myself, I'm probably still going to try to get that semi-decent graph on the website and still get my daily word count, but I'm trying to I'm going to try very hard not to make that the aim and not to make it a priority, but instead to work on this story in a way that's healthy for the story. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to work out a few minor but important details which I need in order to continue confidently without without feeling like I'm going to have to fill things in later on. And I'm also going to go back and edit the scenes that I've already written and try to mentally connect the dots between those scenes, because as I already said, they are scenes from, they're all roughly in the first act of the story, but they are not consecutive. So I'm going to try to make sure I know what the path between those scenes is. But because this whole process is going to involve a lot of me staring into space rather than typing, it's going to be incredibly boring to watch. So I'm not gonna film any of that. Instead, I'm just gonna give you guys an update tomorrow, just so that I don't have this nagging feeling at the back of my head for the rest of today. Oh, I need to film an update, I need to film an update. So you're gonna get an update tomorrow. But thank you guys very much for watching. Please let me know if you relate to any of the things that I said. Do you love word count goals? Do they help your writing? Do you tend to quick draft but then have a hell of a time revising? Or maybe you even quick draft and then you still love revising? And how do you go about it? How is your camp going? Just any thoughts you have, please let me know down in the comments, and I will see you most likely tomorrow with another video. Bye.